What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. My man, Lance Armstrong. Man, you know what? I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Short and sweet for me is like 15 minutes. I talk too damn much, I'll scream! Check it out, guys. Lance Armstrong, I'll tell you what, man. Disregard. Let's just forget the whole fucking performance-enhancing drugs thing. Let's forget all the fucking stuff. The man was a triathlete at 15 years old. He turned pro as a bicyclist at 21 years old. He is a freak. A talented freak. However, there's something else. He's a cancer survivor, and he came back. However, he's competing in a tested organization. The bicycling, whatever it's called, the Tour de France, whatever the hell. The people who ride the fucking Schwinn's, okay? So he's tested. And he goes on camera and he takes tests, he passes them. And your argument could be, well, everybody else does it. Well, it's not good enough for me. You know what? I'm not going to discount what he does. And I'm not going to say that it's right that he did it. And I'm not going to use the excuse that everyone else does it. He's the one who got caught because he was the best. By far he was the best. And instead of just carrying on the lie, he told the truth. So now he's up to, obviously he's going to be raked over the coals, as he probably deserves. But I'm just going to be real with y'all, guys. He was already a freak. The performance-enhancing drugs just made him an uber freak. Just like Barry Bonds. Before his head grew 12 sizes, and he was on a bunch of good shit, which allegedly, because he's never fessed up, maybe he'll go on Oprah too, Barry Bonds was probably one of the greatest contact hitters in baseball history. Put a little more oomph behind it, put a little more juice behind that contact swing, and pow! That ball went flying. So, I'm going to just go over sports and drugs in general, my opinion on it. Now, I do think there is a place for natural bodybuilding. Obviously, I'm the vice president of the American Natural Bodybuilding Federation. I also think there is a place for people who just want to be the best at what they do. Now, there's only one organization, let's say the Major League Baseball. There's NFL. And these are the best of the best, the elite. If you had to lie and take a little something, just get that little edge. You got to realize the difference between an elite college player and someone who goes to the NFL and actually plays is like less than 1%. These guys play at such a high level that, I mean, look at LaDainian Tomlinson. I can't even pronounce his name. LaDainian Tomlinson. He gets turf toe. He's never the same because he lost that oomph. That little friggin' oomph. That little bit. That 0.5%. That was enough for the defensive linemen and the linebackers to key in and get him. You're fighting over micro percentages. In the professional elite sports, there is drug use. And being that I know a lot of people behind the scenes, I knew the Balco guys before they got caught. I've known all these guys for years. Drug use, performance-enhancing drug use in professional sports. I'm not going to say everyone, because there's always that one guy who doesn't. Let's just say a vast majority of Major League Baseball, NFL, I mean, bicyclists. I know a professional bicyclist locally, and he was telling me about the shit they're on, and that would make most bodybuilders be like, damn, they're on a lot of shit. Whenever you have big money, which is why bodybuilding doesn't make sense. These people spend all this money. I heard of a guy in South Carolina who straight took a $20,000 second mortgage on his house to afford GH for a show. I'm not going to get into the fact that GH is overrated, but holy shit, these people are crazy. There ain't no money in bodybuilding. Maybe in gay for pay. There's no money in bodybuilding. That's fucking stupid. So anyway, check it out. Anytime you're dealing with millions and millions of dollars, like Lance Armstrong got, like Barry Bonds gets, like Derek Jeter, like Throw in Ray Lewis. He gets a lot of money. To play at that level, have all that money at stake, they're going to do it by any means necessary. And if that means lying and passing a drug test, they're going to do it. It's going to happen. You're not going to get rid of doping in sports. Why the fuck are we breaking Olympic world records every year? I understand that when one record's broken, the bar is set to a higher level. We never thought we'd break a 4-minute mile. That shit's been broken many, many times. Diet and training and genetic and race mixing and all that is providing for great genetics. Intermixing. I mean, you got different cultures mixing, getting the best of both worlds. I mean, as far as talent's concerned, it happens. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. But to say that the level of incremental record breaking we have seen in the past 20, 30 years, it doesn't add up, guys. It doesn't add up. You're damn right the Olympic athletes run a lot of shit. I'll put everything on that. I know it. I've known Olympic athletes who've told me. I'm not going to name names, but the bottom line is, anytime there's money at play, there's going to be drug use. Now, put yourself in Lance Armstrong's shoes. You have a chance to be the elite bicyclist, to make millions and millions and millions of dollars. All you have to do is lie and ride a bike and train, and now he's given back. He's given all this money to charity. He's used that power for good, not for evil. Put yourself in Lance Armstrong's shoes. You're already in the top 10% of athletes in the world, and you can become elite by taking some EPO or some performance-enhancing drugs. Would you do it? I've never been elite at anything in my life. I've been decent. I've been good. I've been great at some things, at some sports. I've never been good enough to make that decision whether I want to lie to do it. Now, a sport like bodybuilding, where you have natural pros and you have IFBB pros, NPC athletes, to go and do an IFPA, an ANBF, a WNBF show and lie against guys who are drug-free, that's a douchebag thing to do. The thing is, if you only have one elite organization, such as the NFL, and everybody's taking it, and you know people are taking it, and to get to that next level, you have to take it, would you do it? I know a lot of high school kids are on a lot of shit playing high school sports trying to get into college. The question is, are we barking up a tree we shouldn't be barking up? I mean, up until the 90s, steroids were legal in baseball. Barry Bonds is shunned from the Hall of Fame. He's never been convicted or anything proven that he's done it, other than some guy claiming he has a bloody gauze. That he's yet to be proven. Roger Clemens, same thing. You know that the steroid handbook, what was it, written in the 20s? Everybody says Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Millie Mays. How do we know for a fact they were natural? Some PED things right there. That's some things to ponder. That's not stating my opinion. My opinion on Lance Armstrong, ambiguous. It's neither. I think he's a great man, a hero for fighting cancer and beating it. I think he's a hero for what his Livestrong organization does. I think he has questionable character for lying so many times about what he does. Best case there, just don't say anything. Keep it to yourself. But he went out and he had to do it to save himself. So I'm so torn between where I stand. But I do think the good he's done for society, cancer research, and just helping people outweighs the fact that he lied. And unfortunately, he didn't get caught. He confessed. Does that make him a better person than the millions of other thousands, let's say, there's not that many professional athletes, from Major League Soccer players, football players, baseball players, who don't get caught, who just get away with it? I don't know. That's a question for you. You guys comment below. Please hold personal insults against me aside. This is a real conversation here. Look, I know that some of you trolls, I'm going to just ban your ass right away. Just let's keep this conversation to the conversation at hand. Do you think Lance Armstrong is a good person or a bad person? Do you think his legacy is good or bad? Do you think what he did is something you would have done yourself if given the opportunity? Like, comment, all that good stuff right below in the comments section. That's my take, and I wish I had a better opinion, but I don't. As a guy who promotes natural bodybuilding, I can kind of get angry at him for doing that. But as a realist, knowing that in these professional there's no money in natural bodybuilding. You're looking at a $3,000 prize purse, biggest one, and that's split amongst everyone, versus millions of dollars. Millions of dollars for these kind of sports. So you let me know your opinion. I'm torn. I want to know what you think. Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. When you're playing for millions and millions of dollars, that's serious money. It's not a game!
Braveness is being shackled to ancient prison stations, risen from a spacious grave, not living as a slave to a force I hated. Shameless artists and product placement under constant surveillance, running circles around these shapeless, saturated, overpopulated, purpose the same as my interior is vacant, cause I dedicated my entire heart to